guys, right? Grant's alibi, or no, we'll start with Jason. Jason, dinner at BJ's with the family, then back home, homework, crashing, waking up, going to work, dropping my daughter off at school. Grant Amato's alibi, parking lot at Publix, trying to get some free Wi-Fi to, connect with the webcam girl, sleeping all night in the parking lot, then waking up and going to a job interview early, and then coming back and then checking into a hotel? Wait, don't you check into the hotel to sleep at night, not after sleeping in the parking lot of Publix?
Right, and you can go to the hotel and get internet, right?
Right, so why didn't he, instead of sleeping in the parking lot of Publix, why didn't he just go to a hotel if he was kicked out of his house?
Well, it doesn't make any sense. Also, one thing that I saw with his brother, I'm sorry, if my family has been murdered and so brutally, he was just emotionless to me. I mean, he had one little crocodile tear, and then he's like, I'm okay, I can do it. I don't know. He seems weird, and I absolutely would not put Grant Amato on the stand. If this is how his brother is testifying, I'm not saying they're the same person, but this is just getting more weird.
Yeah. That decision's going to have to be made pretty soon.
Yeah, but you don't have to prove you weren't there. You don't have to prove anything with the defense. I mean, it's funny when we're all talking about, oh, that was a bad alibi. He didn't prove that he wasn't at the murder scene. The other guy did. That's not the way the system works.
Right. Well, give me what you do have to do is raise a reasonable doubt, right?
You don't have to raise anything. They have to prove it beyond a reasonable doubt.
That's what you'd like to think has to happen. That's not how it actually happens.
Give me the alternative, reasonable explanation for what happened.
I agree with you, Vinny. If you could raise a reasonable doubt by proving that you were somewhere else, then you do it. But just because you can't, that doesn't mean guilt. That doesn't mean
right.
anything.
But let me just throw this out there. What's a reasonable explanation other than Grant Amato committing this murder? What's a reasonable explanation for who did it?
Oh, I think if you tip the scales, I think it looks more likely that he did it than he didn't do it.
No, wait. You notice not answering the exact question, which is very simple. What's the other reasonable explanation? Is there one?
I'm not worried about it. Honestly, I don't have an answer,
not answering
and I'm
the
not
question.
worried about it.
I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying you have a burden to prove anything. I'm just wondering, like as a juror, I might be like, well, if he didn't do it, I'm just wondering what else could have happened here.
Well, they're clearly trying to say that Jason may have done it, and aside from him, I'm not sure that they have any other possible reasonable alternative.
I don't know if that's reasonable, though.
And that's
I think that's the question tonight.
Well, I could say, Jason was smart enough to have an alibi or have somebody come and testify to it. Maybe Jason's the smarter brother. Maybe that's the explanation.
We'll see. A lot of scrutiny about the alibi of Grant Amato's brother Jason. That's what we've been talking about tonight, right? And it's all because of you got to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. So you've got to eliminate any other reasonable explanation. Well, the prosecution explained the alibi, the defense targeted, but the jurors questioned his receipt for the dinner he ate with his girlfriend and children on the night of the murder. So what do you think? Because what you think may very well reflect what the 12 in the box are thinking. Was Jason Amato's alibi credible? It's posted on Vinny Politan, Court TV on Facebook, or just plain old Court TV.
So tell us what happened, Grant. Is that how you left your family?
No, I didn't do any of this.
This is a twisted case of alleged murder, money, and porn.
The rules are simple.
Prosecutors say he stole more than $200,000 from his family to send to this webcam model.
Some girl in Bulgaria got $200,000. I just want the truth.
In June 2018, Grant Amato is suspended from his nursing job and arrested for stealing prescription drugs. This is when he meets Sylvia online through a porn website. 5 months later, in November, his parents, Chad and Margaret Amato, discover Grant Amato has transferred over $200,000 from their bank accounts to support his obsession with Sylvia. Between December 1st and the 17th, Grant and his brother Cody Amato traveled to Japan with a friend, Jericho Fine. While there, Grant claims he's battling depression to Jericho. On December 23, 2018, Grant Amato agrees to go to rehab for porn addiction. He promised to stay for 60 days. But by early January 2019, Grant Amato leaves rehab after spending only 2 weeks there. January 22nd, Grant Amato typed an apology letter to members of Sylvia's chat room, admitting he lied about being wealthy. 2 days later, on January 24th, 3 members of Grant Amato's family were massacred in their home. At 9:15 p.m., according to Cody Amato's girlfriend, Sloan Young, Cody's father, Chad, contacted Cody, urging him to come home quickly because something is wrong. 9:43 p.m., Sloan Young says she received a text from Cody saying things are okay and she did not need to worry about him. 11:41 p.m., cell phone records show there was a text message between Chad and Cody Amato and that their phones were activated via the fingerprint reader. Then at 2:08 a.m. in the early morning hours, an online bank transaction for $599.99 is charged to Cody Amato's account. January 25th, 8 a.m., a neighbor reports seeing a man fitting Grant Amato's description in a white vehicle just outside of their subdivision. At 8:54 a.m., Grant Amato goes on a job interview for a healthcare position. At 9 a.m., a different neighbor reports to police he heard a single gunshot. 30 to 45 minutes later, he noticed police activity. 9:17 a.m., police arrive at the home of Chad and Margaret Amato to do a wellness check. In the afternoon at 2:47 p.m., Grant Amato registers for a room at a DoubleTree Hilton Hotel in Orlando. January 26th, 9:30 a.m., police confront Grant Amato at his hotel. He voluntarily travels to the police station for questioning, which lasts 3 hours and 42 minutes. 4:34 p.m., an officer drives Grant Amato to a Hampton Inn and he checks into a room that was paid for by the sheriff's office. 2 days later, on January 28th, a deputy armed with a warrant arrests Grant Amato at the Hampton Inn on 3 counts of murder. Grant Amato is held without bond. On February 8th, Grant Amato files a claim for Cody Amato's life insurance policy. And on Valentine's Day, February 14th, prosecutors file notice of intent to seek the death penalty for Grant Amato.